So how does your personal injury case get resolved? Hi, I'm attorney Justin Elsner. I've been an attorney for over 15 years. So let me walk you through this process. So when you settle a claim, you do that at certain points. Either your injuries are so substantial that we can determine that there's just not enough insurance coverage to go around, and so we're going to try and get that money as quick as possible. The other more common time you try and reach a settlement is when you finish treating or you've reached what we call maximum medical improvement. Basically, you're as good as you're going to get. So at that point, that's when you start getting your demand package out to the insurance company that outlays all your various damages, all your various losses, and now you try and negotiate the settlement. And so that's kind of the first stage. So you can try and negotiate a settlement with the insurance company. Some insurance companies are a lot more litigious, and we have to file lawsuits with certain companies a vast majority of the time. Other companies try and get cases settled prior to litigation. So a good portion of the cases are able to resolve without filing a lawsuit. But then if we do have to file a lawsuit, well then we continue negotiations, and really you negotiate throughout the whole process. Sometimes just filing a lawsuit will get the case moved to a different adjuster, and before we even get the at-fault party served with the lawsuit, we're able to negotiate with a new adjuster with more authority to get a case settled. Sometimes we start going through a litigation process where we may have to answer a list of questions that we call interrogatories from the defendant. Additionally, insurance company's attorney may want to interview you, and that's what we call a deposition, where they spend a couple hours asking you a bunch of questions about the case. And then from there, a lot of times then maybe they have completed their investigation, because before your deposition, you're just a bunch of pieces of paper to the insurance company. They don't really know who you are. And so that deposition allows the insurance company to really see you in person and see who you are. So a lot of times we will reopen negotiations at that point. If that doesn't go anywhere, then depending on the value of the case, we go down one of two roads. One is going through arbitration. So any case that is valued at less than $100,000, the court sets up a system where another attorney is appointed to hear your case. Ever since COVID, we usually do these via Zoom. So you'd be in our conference room, we'd be on Zoom, and the attorney that's been appointed to hear the case will hear what's going to be normally a 4 or 5 day trial in a matter of a couple of hours. And that's because we can submit a lot of evidence through written statements, so it really fast tracks the process. And cases that have larger values are going to go down the track route. So from there, we start getting the case ready for trial. But generally we go to a mediation, which is where both sides pick an individual, usually a retired judge or an attorney who has like 30 or 40 years of experience, to help mediate and try and reach a settlement. And so this is completely optional whether you accept the settlement or not, and we go back and forth in negotiating with the mediator, helping with that process. So the mediator will help point out the pros and cons of each party's case, and then we try and settle the case out of mediation. Now if that's not successful or we don't go that route, then you do start preparing for trial. Again, all the time you can keep negotiating that case. Something like 98-99% of cases settle before a trial, mainly because nobody knows what will happen in trial. So if you can, you settle the case. If not, then yes, you do go to trial at that point. There could be appeals and then retrials and things like that, but that's also extremely rare. So like I said, about 98-99% of cases will settle before a trial. A good portion go into the arbitration process or settle at a mediation. So not really a guarantee that you're going to go to trial. Actually, very unlikely that you would go to trial with a personal injury case. You'd settle at some point in the process before then. If you are facing a situation where you have been in a car accident and you have an injury case, we're more than happy to give you a free consultation, walk you through the process, and explain these various topics of arbitration, mediation in a lot more detail, and so you can kind of help decide with us what process or what road you'd like to go down. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We do offer free consultation. Thanks.